bladder fully by themselves, you find that the urine goes back. It flows back to the bladder. And that one causes infections, UTIs, which is also something else. You can imagine having UTIs every now and then, every month. It is costly because you have to go and get treated. You'll have to go and even be comfortable. Infections, the UTI, they're not good. They're not good because at the end of it all, if they're not treated, that child can affect your bladder. So they have to be taken care of. Also in terms of the bowel, you find that pupu itoki yote. It doesn't clear kabisa. So there's a procedure also we use called washout. Washout, you have to use a bag which has water and a cone huko chini and a pipe. Such that you take that bowl of water, the sack of water, let's say a sack of water, iko na ka tube, and huko chini iko na ka cone. The cone you have to insert it at the back. You feel you let the water drain, go into the stomach. Then you
clean it out.
Yes, clean it out. So that one you'll have to close, and open. Open, close. Do you imagine kwa tumbo? To clear the stomach. Yes, and so you do that. Then after you are done, the water is drained kabisa, unafunga your cone. They hold it down there for 5 minutes. After that, you release it. Now the poop start coming out. And then now that child has to stay in that toilet and that's it for like 30 minutes or so. Be clean. And then that child will be clean for like 2 days, 3 days, or 1. Such that at the end of for those 2 days. That is how they manage to be clean. Because when your blood and bowel are not working, it is an issue. It is tough because you'll be sticking of urine or poop, but you want them clean. Why? Because they're supposed to be clean, and if they're not clean, they get infection, they get sick. We are losing most of them. So we have to manage that. Yes.
Let me take you back to the point that you are going on to Google. The doctor has told you mass. They have not given any explanation. Now you decide to ask Dr. Google. What is going through your mind? And now then what do you tell the dad? And how do you go forward from there?
When you look at that, Google, hapana.
Because watakuwekea tu hwa.
All the details there. That does not mean that you'll get everything there. But it is not easy. You start wondering, oh gosh, what did I do wrong? Google niambia hivi na hivi. All these stories, and they're not nice. Remember, you're a young person, you're a young mother, you've never got your first child. So you're wondering, I've never heard of something like this in my entire life. I've never known that children are born with conditions. It is the first time. I've never seen such. That information, where was it? No one told me about it. So you get the results, you go, and if they don't explain anything, wanapatia tu results zako, then you go to the hospital.
You deal with yourself.
Exactly,
And now at this point, to get it clear, at this point the child is not born just as yet.
Not yet. You're in the final weeks.
Trimester,
Yes. Just like 2 weeks or 1 week to delivery. So you're told, then when you go to the hospital, no, let me get back to the dad now. So when you go, the result napatia dad, you've changed your face kabisa because you see that kuna kitu mechezo, you ask, what's wrong? Tell him, it's like this and this, give the results, anasoma. Okay, so that's our baby. Now you wait. And then now when you go to the hospital, they tell you, let's see what happens after birth. It might be, it might be not. So it's
also a game of patapotea.
Yes, because some will tell you it happens, some will tell you it doesn't, but now, I don't know. So unaenda, ukishajifungua, that is when you are shown. Oh, there is a sack of water here at the back. You are shown. They don't treat you, they don't tell anything. So I tell them, can you refer us to Kijabe? Because I hear stories about Kijabe. They said, that was in Lika. So
how long ago? Oh, 13 years ago. All right.
Yes. So we go to Kijabe. No, after 2 days, we travel to Kijabe. To Kijabe, you are well received. You are given a lot of information. Oh, this will be like this, like this. Then they start checking the baby. Everywhere. Miguu kama zafanya kazi, the blood how it is, checking for veins, checking all these vitals and everything else. You see, as a parent, as a new mother, hata hujapona,
but ushaanza
safari na ni safari ngumu. Hata hujui what is there. So they give you a lot of information, this and that. Hata usikizi, you're not even understanding. You don't know what is happening. I thank God because I went to my mother-in-law and my dad-in-law. So they were there. listening and following up, asking this question. Me, I'm getting in the process of being admitted in the hospital with the child.
Yeah.
So after admission, you go to the ward, the child anachukuliwa, then you're told tomorrow they're going for surgery. So like, okay, surgery.
Tena.
Haya.
Huyu mse baada kuna siku 2-3.
Yeah. But for me, it was a normal birth.
Yeah.
But not for the child.
Yeah, I'm saying the child, yeah.
Yes. In fact, she was operated when she was just 3 days. 3 or 2. Yeah, 3 days. And at the theater, very early in the morning, you took the child to the theater. So you're given the clothes at the theater, unamvalisha, hata ujise umechangaje. You're asking, how do you do this? You're shown, unavaa. Then the baby is taken and they go with the child. You are left there with the clothes. Hey, then it strikes you. This child may come back or not.
Yeah.
Hey. So I was left there. Hey, I went back to the ward. I was crying. I was like, oh God, now what is this? Mtoto kadogo hivi theater. So you go and wait. Wait. It took like around 6-7 hours. Then they brought her in the afternoon. Hey, mtoto anakuja amewekwa mask huku. You're wondering, oh no, okay, what is this? So you're told to wait. I mean, that child, make sure that those pipes hazitoki kwa mapua because she was so strong. Alikuwa anavuta anataka kutoa.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep. That night I didn't sleep because you have to make sure that hazitoki, because if she pulls them off, oxygen imeisha, she doesn't have oxygen, she's gone.
Yeah.
That is the work I did. Overnight. That night sikulala. And then you have to also make sure that you change the diapers, because hiyo kidonda ikipata infection, that's it. You have to start another journey of create infection. And then you have to monitor. The doctors the following morning, they come and monitor whether the wound is closed.
Yeah.
Because there was water, the cerebrospinal fluid flowing from the wound.
Yeah.
So it was flowing. It had not closed completely. And then see the skin was tender. So the doctors came, they said that we have to take her back to the theater.
What?
Yes. A second time. And at that time, hey, yeah. So at that time, her dad was asking, just tell me what is going on. Yeah, I'm going to the theater tena. Where? But thank God my mom was usually coming. My mom-in-law usually came every day to bring me food, to make sure that the baby is okay. I could not even wash the clothes. Hey, it was tough. But now this child, she was a fighter. Ali survived. Every now she goes and order oxygen. Unashikilia. Hey. So after that time, she had very big stitches uko nyuma kama za kiatu, fundo kiatu umeshona stitches kubwa hivi. So I asked the doctor, Doc, why all these big stitches like this? He told me, because the skin is so tender. When you make small stitches, it is inaachana. Yes, so now they have to make big stitches to make sure that they hold. We stayed in the hospital for 10 days. Then we were discharged and went home. Yeah. And then there were those frequent visits. After 2 weeks, you come, they undo the stitches, they check how she's doing, whether she's improving, the wound is healing. Yeah. And it healed after those days. Yeah. So, Kijabe, they have a unit called Bethany Kids. That is where they take care of these children born with spina bifida. Yeah. And so those nurses, I thank God for them, because they monitor the progress of these children as they grow. Each milestone, they monitor when you come. And then let me tell you something else. Spina bifida comes with hydrocephalus at times. So if this water from the spinal cord doesn't drain, it actually goes back to the brain. And now their head starts swelling. Yeah. That is hydrocephalus. So every month they have to go take the circumference of the head and check. They have a chart whereby they check the circumference and the age. So up to like 1 year even, so they usually keep on checking. Okay, now if a place that inaenda juu sana, they make sure, they have to tell you that you have to do an operation. The child had a shunt, could drain the water in the brain. Yeah. But thank God my child did have a shunt. She's okay. The fontanelle closed because they check the fontanelle. If it is inapiga vizuri, if it is increasing, that is what they do. Yeah. So there is that follow-up. Even up to today. Yeah, you still do it. Yeah, we still do it. They check not the circumference, has closed at around 1 year. Yeah. Wengine wanaka just tweaks in the head. So big. Just a few days, so they have to go back to theater. Yes, surgery. And then sometimes the shunt blocks. If you block, there's another surgery. So there's usually 2 things they do. either the shunting or another procedure called ETV. Yeah, those ones are meant to close the brain na kudrain your maji. They put a pipe inaenda ina drain your maji kwa tumbo. Yes, so that hydro, it is a shunt, and the pipe goes even to the stomach. So there's an incision on the stomach. You have to make sure your shunt may coil in the stomach to drain the water. Yes.
Oh. Heavy story indeed. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about how different does it become when the child gets the surgery, and what was the reason for the surgery. Of course, there is partly to drain the let me call it a cyst, for lack of a better word, that has developed on the back when the child is born. But does it make any difference to the child in terms of how they grow? And of course, how lucky were you? Of course, that is the importance of family, but there are mothers, new mothers that do not have that chance of family sticking by them. Yes. For you, how did you go through that, and what might you have to share with probably a first-time parent who's watching this and they're wondering what they have to do with their baby? Okay. Of course, keep it Science TV, and we're going to be back after the break.